All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Assassination Classroom, Season 2, Episode 3.
Korosensei is in danger.
Yeah,
He's been lured into a trap.
The whole thing has been a setup for Itona to be able to fight Korosensei in a way that will lead him to potentially win and kill him.
Yep.
But Korosensei has backup, although he doesn't know it yet.
Right, because there were other people investigating this scandalous set of circumstances that had revealed themselves.
Yeah, as well as him. So
Indeed.
That was quite funny to see that it wasn't him, but also it was something that very much could have been him, and yet he was trying to clear his own name in this way. So this was some deep, deep setup here by our enemies here.
Right.
Now, this is earlier parts of Season 2 here, so there's no way that it's going to work, of course.
Right.
But it'll be cool to see how the competence of our students matches up against Itona, maybe in them teaming up a little bit with Korosensei.
Potentially.
Yeah.
In addition to, the whole fact that they will actually be helping save him. Because...
Again.
Aren't they supposed to be assassinating this person?
Yeah, but they want the bounty, Jacob. They want the bounty.
Indeed. Their kill.
Yeah,
yep.
Exactly. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Yeah, it's a pickle. You're stronger?
Yep.
Okay.
He's changing his outfit while doing this.
Oh. Oh, really?
Oh,
my God. No way.
You might want to back up.
Yeah. I love it.
Boom.
Wow.
Get wrecked. Yeah, you can scoot.
Yep. Of course.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Oh, some kind of, chip they implanted in him or something.
Oh, no. But I just don't.
You've failed too many times. Whoa, the next model.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Wow.
Oh, come on. We gotta save this kid. Come on.
Yeah.
Huh?
Wow. Okay.
Oh my God.
Has a chance, kids.
Yeah,
Knife him in the face.
Whoa.
Oh, God.
That's some brainwashing right there. Oh.
Wow. So what, now he's robbing a pharmacy or something?
Cell phone shops. Yeah.
Why cell phones? Yeah.
He wants to contact Shiro and be like, take me back. Is that Taka? No, that's not. There's no way that's Takaoka.
No.
Yeah. It sounded like Shiro, but just didn't have the extra intonation.
Indeed.
Dude.
やっと人間らしい顔が見れました。
Hey.
コロ先
Oh.
生と呼んでください。
Yeah.
私は君の担任ですから。
Oh.
もちろん勝負しても良いのですが、お
We
互いの
can.
秘密の実、どこかの空き地でやりませんか？それが終わったら、そこでバーベキューでも食べながら、皆で先生の殺し方を勉強しましょう。
Yeah.
Uh.
これは対先生物質
Oh shoot.
パウダー。
Okay.
泳がせたのも予定のうちさ、コロ先生。
Wow. All right. All right.
気づきませんでした。
Whoa.
Okay.
担任の先生。
Damn. Yeah. He's tired. He's
Yeah.
weakened. So do you go help him? Okay.
How?
Like, I don't know, but
イトナ君。私の動きを鈍らせる。
whoa.
Seriously?
思惑通りとはいえ本当にバカだね、コロ先生。
Holy crap.
No, it has nothing to do with being foolish.
お前は自分以外のものが標的となって
Yeah. Wow, he really does look like Killua there.
君の目には勝利への執念が宿っている。私が作った強力な細胞を使いこなすのに不可欠なものだ。
Ugh.
Yeah.
勝利への執念があったから何度も食らいつけた。なのに
Oh.
執念は届かなくて、しかも殺す相手に守られてる。
Yeah.
俺は
Oh.
あんな雑魚たちに負けるのか。
So help him, yeah.
Yes!
All
There
right.
we go!
Yeah.
Haha!
Let's go.
All right!
これタイタコの布の服だろ。おかげで俺らがタコに変わっても落ちなきゃなんねえだろうが。
But of course, they don't kill any of them. They,
Right, right.
Yeah.
Oh!
Damn!
Let's go.
All right.
勘違いしないでよね。白のやつにムカついてただけだ。
Exactly. It's not like we like you or anything. Bababaka.
私たちだってほっといてたし。
早見が勘違いしないでよね。
生ついてるはいいもん。
The classic Tsundere line, yes.
白。打つのやめたらネットなんて根元から外されちゃうよ。
Oh. Nice.
All right.
あなたはいつも周到な計画を練りますが、生徒たちを巻き込めばその計画は
Yeah.
Indeed.
Exactly.
前のことに早く気づいた方がいい。
くれてやるよ、そんな子は。どのみち2、3日の命。みんなで
Jeez.
過ごすんだね。
All right, not if we have anything to say
Huh.
about it. Save him.
トナ君に力や勝利への病的な執着がある限り、触手細胞は強く癒着して離れません。
なんとか切り離せないのかな。
Oh.
彼の執着を消さなければ。
どうしてイトナ君は携帯ショップを襲ってたの？
Mm.
で、
Indeed.
いつに
The
彼
detective.
の調べてもらったんだけど、堀部イトナってここの社長の子供だった。
Really?
一昨年負債抱えて倒産しちゃって、社長夫婦は息子残して雲隠れだって。
Wow.
みんな想像がつく。
Oh.
Okay.
力や勝利を欲しがる理由。
みんなそれぞれ悩みあんだよ。重い軽いはあんだろうな。
All right,
Terasaka gonna
Terasaka.
be a Chad.
俺んとこでこいつの面倒見させろや。
Nice.
それで死んだらそこまでだろ。
Okay.
ご覧い
Let's
た
go, Terasaka.
うちみたいな小さな工場でも誠実にコツコツやっていき
Oh.
Gotcha.
And then it failed them
Yeah.
できるんだよ
Uh huh.
because business is.
Disillusionment and
まやかしだった。
やっと目覚ましたが。
Ah, I see you're awake.
yeah.
Get him some food.
Mhm.
Yeah.
なんでラーメンなんだよ。
Because why not ramen?
食
Yeah.
べたら少しは気楽になるんじゃない？
どうよ。まあいいだろう、うちのラーメン。
Huh?
親父に何度言ってもレシピ改良しやしね。
まずい。おまけに古い。豚肉の
Oh.
鶏ガラを化学調味料でごまかしている。トッピングの中心には自慢げに置かれたナルト。4世代前の昭和のラーメン。
Wow.
Last century
Wow.
called and wants its ramen back.
どうよ、イトナ。スピードで嫌なことなんか吹き飛ばせ。
Oh.
Yeah.
線が無限で。
よし、うちの敷地内だしな。
Yeah, that's true.
悪くない。
おっしゃ、必殺高速ブレークだ。バカ、 だぜこのショックでゴーストしたらどうすんだよいやいやこの程度じゃ平気じゃねえ
Wow. Wow.
復讐したいでしょ白のやつに
Oh,
名作復讐
yes.
モンテク
The
リスト
Count of Monte Cristo.
You'll
2005
yeah, you'll be busy with that for
暗
forever.
い感情を増幅しなさい最後の方は復讐やめるから読まなくていいわ
Yes, just stop for the end. Oh my god.
Oh my
I love
God.
it.
And that's the unabridged version as well.
Yep.
俺は適当にやってるお前らとは違う今すぐあいつを殺して勝利を
Oh,
イトナ
oh, yeah.
Terasaka just keeps going up my list of favorite characters.
無理のあるビジョンなんざ捨てちまいな楽になるぜ
うるさい
2回目だし弱ってるから捕まえやすいわ
Wow.
これ痛えけどな吐きそうといや
He is such a badass.
ああイトナ
Yeah.
一度や二度負けたくらいでグレてんじゃね
That's
come
right.
on.
えいいじゃねえか
Yeah.
タコ殺すにしたってな今やれなくたっていい
Oh,
失敗したっていい
Okay, okay.
3月までにたった1回殺せりゃそれで
yeah.
勝ちよ
次の勝利のビジョンができるまでは俺は何をして過ごせばいい
はあ
Yeah. Huh?
過ごすんだよそのために俺らがいるんだろう
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
バカさ
yeah.
こんなこと言って
Uh-huh.
でもねバカの一言はこういう時
True.
Exactly.
So true.
Yep. Oh, this is so good.
今なら君を苦しめる触手細胞を取り払います一つの大きな力を失う代わり多くの仲間を君は
Yes.
殺しに来てくれますね
So many clippers.
勝手にしろこの力も兄弟設定も
Oh.
Oh.
I'll trade brothers for Nakama. That's awesome.
Oh.
そのバンダナ似合ってるね
おはようございます気
Oh.
分はどうですか
最悪だ力を失ったんだが
Of course. Yeah.
弱くなった気はしない
問題児堀部イトナは
All
これ
right.
でようやく僕
All
ら
right.
のクラスに加入した
おい村松金がない吐くの我慢するからラーメン食わせろ
ちなみにterasakaグループだ
That was great. That was wonderful.
Oh. It was awesome.
Yep.
It was hilarious. It was like just all the power of friendship coming together here. Yep.
Yep.
Classic. Ah.
All right. Well, I think we have a full class now. Like, it's now.
That's
You know,
true.
we don't really need to get any more students,
Yeah.
other than maybe, you know, getting Bitch Sensei and Karasuma to admit that they are students as well.
Right. And maybe they can make a student, if you know what I'm saying, you know? In the future, you know. We ship it.
Yep.
We ship it so hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That was the power
Yep.
of friendship right there. That was some Nakama. Good stuff there.
Yes, it was. Okay, well, all right. Itona is now part of the class. He's given up his tentacles. He doesn't need them anymore.
Yep.
Awesome. Itona was one of the characters where I really wanted to see what they were going to do next with him back in season 1, because I was like, okay, cool. The next step is he needs to become a part of the class and everything, because we know that's going to happen eventually. But the idea of him giving up the tentacles, I feel like, one, will help keep the story simple, because it's keeping there from being a bunch of people with Korosensei kind of powers, you know?
Right.
Especially if they're on the side of the class.
Yeah.
But it's also something where, no. You don't have to have this.
Yes.
You can be a normal person. Korosensei, in a lot of cases, probably wishes he could go back to being a normal person. And being with these students, teaching these students, that is the way that he is able to, right? You know, essentially. You know, so but for this kid who doesn't literally physically have to,
Yeah.
it's okay. Everything will be daijoubu. Just rest now.
Yeah.
You can be done.
Yeah.
So
There's something
Yeah.
really powerful in a lot of the lines that they gave for Korosensei and a couple of the other characters here with regards to just the act of kind of him saving them and also them kind of
saving him.
Maybe. It's the idea that there's a lot of little moments where you can see that, like, Korosensei would go, charge into hell in order to teach you. He would, he would do all this stuff just for this, and it's just exciting to think about Korosensei's character being more and more built up as this guy who made this promise in the beginning of the show to destroy the world if he wasn't
that's a big statement.
It's a whole thing basically there, and yet we cannot accept, based on his character, that he actually intends to do any of that. And yet
the best laid plans get thrown into disarray.
Exactly.
Go astray once my students get involved.
So it's right there. It's right there. This is the power of friendship being made. It's making its way in this anime. Is that Korosensei as a character is one we still know very little about in terms of where he came from, and Itona is another picture of someone that could have maybe been a picture of what Korosensei was at some point.
Sure.
For all we know, this is like just a stage in the process of what made Korosensei into Korosensei, But we saved this kid. Not just Korosensei, but the students too.
And Terasaka, you amazing person.
Yeah.
I love Terasaka so much.
Yes. But these are all the delinquents. These are all the students, the ones that were primarily involved with helping him here, were all the ones that originally were the most kind of antagonistic, just kind of, whatever.
At the very least.
This stupid stuff.
Well, yeah, especially in this episode with, Terasaka and his group and everything. But then even apart from that with, like, Nagisa, who hasn't really been antagonistic to Korosensei, still one of those things where it's these are the people that society deemed to be rejects.
Right.
Worthless.
Yeah.
Well, look at them now. They're doing pretty good. And I loved that moment where Korosensei was saying, no, I learned from their assassination attempts. I'm not the same person I was back then.
Assassination is learning.
Assassination is learning. Because and the new powers essentially and techniques and moves that he uses are that representation of what's going on the inside, right? Because in the same way that he teaches them assassination, and yes, that is learning and bettering themselves and all of that. What it really is also is it's the life skills, the mastery over oneself, the discipline, that all of that stuff that needs to go into actually carrying out an assassination, right? So he's building them up as people, not just building them up as assassins, but in doing so, they're also building him up as a person. And God, I love that.
Oh, it's
I love
so
that
good,
so
isn't
much.
it? So good. Because it's in some ways it's the themes of the show played out in a mini little story here. But it is the conclusion, is the emotional conclusion of a character's struggle to basically let go of their failings, of their failures.
Right.
Now, one of the things that is kind of meta about this is that Korosensei can't really fail. He is all powerful in the way that they kind of ham it up in that he's unstoppable, right?
He is basically unbeatable.
Right. But maybe his best laid plans, did go astray because these students are teaching him. And it's something where maybe at one point he was angry at the world and wanted to lash out.
And destroy the whole thing.
And here we are. We're seeing not only him, saving Itona, which, I'm not. It's not lost on us the connection that Itona is a brother of Korosensei in that there's no one else like them too.
Right.
Like the students don't share that specific connection. And yet it was Korosensei leading the students to this setup so that they could act out the things that they were taught by him to save Itona.
It's the 12th step.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
It's not just that you need to be saved. It's that, okay, now go save someone else.
Exactly.
Right? That's where you really know that you've conquered whatever you were dealing with. And that exists for both of them, both the students and for Korosensei, because Korosensei as this kind of paragon teacher that cares very much about his students. I love it. I love it. Right. That only covers one side of things, though, because he can move at Mach 20. He can do all this stuff. He's, you know, it comes easy to him in a lot of ways. So a lot of this stuff that he's doing. So where can we see this paragon being struggle?
Yep.
Well, because he needs to learn too. And that's where all of the things that he does really start to mean something. Not just it's nice that he's doing it, right?
Yeah.
He's being good natured because he can, but because it's an active, deep decision that he's made. It's a part of who he is.
Right.
Because we would hope that if any of us were, you know, blessed with awesome Korosensei-like powers and, you know, we needed to teach students to be assassins and whatnot, that we would go all into it and everything too, right?
Yes, of course.
But,
definitely.
You know, but the idea that we would let them teach us too, it would be very easy in a state like that to be like, no, I don't need to learn anything. I can go Mach 20 and all this stuff, right?
But the wonderful thing about friendship, the wonderful thing about relationships in general, is that you're going to be learning via that connection, whether you like it or not. And it's just a question of how much you put into practice the things that you learned.
Right. And will you accept what you're learning?
Right. Will you allow it to basically
happen.
Be imbibed? And in this case because Itona was holding on so much to the idea of winning, which I like that as his character theme. Because the idea that his parents came from a capitalistic background where they were trying to run a business and they had a very specific edge that was basically giving them a good, like, worker environment where it seemed like they had a good set of people with them and that integrity attracted those people, but there came a point
where it stopped being enough.
It stopped being enough because those people left. Now, this is a common thing in business where you'll see dirty tactics employed by the ones that have tons of money, and they'll just throw money at killing a small business because they've got some unique advantage.
Get rid of the competition,
Exactly.
Even if it means that they're doing it at a loss.
Even if it means also, you know, no integrity or all that other stuff. So this kid then was taught that, no, all that good stuff, that means nothing.
It's smoke and mirrors.
It's all about winning and having overwhelming power.
Yep.
So he takes that into this thing in order to defeat Korosensei. Shiro manipulates him in that regard. But the fact then that the thing that wins him over, if you will, is all these students saying, like, you know, we have the same goal as you, right?
Yeah.
To kill him. Like we have that. We've got, like, less power than you. We've got a lot of us, but, like, we get to be with him all the time. Why not buddy up with us and we'll figure out how to do it together eventually.
Yep.
You don't have to figure everything out now. There is this childlike sense of urgency that goes away, I think, when you become an adult. Like, it might be a negative thing in some circumstances, but I've seen it very often be a thing of where people just, once they've hit that more kind of wise state of, time is something I have a limited amount of, yes, so I want to seize the day and make the most of it. But there are things that are way more important than getting what I want or even need right now. I just think that's a really impressive thing for the students who are the delinquents to kind of acknowledge and teach that through the means of things like
eating
a ramen
shitty
shop.
Yeah. Well, and
that's just really cool.
And one of the other things that I think is really important to bring up is that you don't just learn your way out of that stuff by the passage of time.
Yes.
That's not how it works. That's if learning did work that way, we wouldn't need teachers. Right?
That's true.
That's the whole reason why teachers are important, so that we can learn that kind of stuff now and in safe environments rather than by the hard knocks of life.
Right.
You know, because that's what happened with Itona, right? He learned that when it comes right down to it, in a lot of ways, power is what makes the difference. And, you know, it sucks, right? But then, oh, no, now I'm in a situation where I don't have to worry about being the one with the most power. Right. Because there's someone else, and they've got my back. They're teaching me.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know
why? Because they're just a good person.
Exactly. And there are other good people around me. So maybe I don't have to be so focused on that, because when it comes right down to it, that mindset comes from a place of
fear.
Yep. Yeah. And
it's a lack of trust. Yeah.
Right. And the idea that you will never have enough kind of a thing. It's so you need to have everything you can, you know.
Yeah. It's
starving even if there's plenty of food kind of a deal.
You read my mind. You freaking read my mind, dude. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's the equivalent of basically seeing that there's food in front of you, but you might never get another meal again, so you're going to take all of it that you can, then you end up getting sick because you gorged yourself on something that you didn't need to freak out about potentially losing.
Which, by the way, if we want to talk about, you know, well, maybe going a bit more specific, because Itona was on the streets and stuff, but whether you're talking about, like, pets that are strays, or you're talking about some, you know,
someone
kids
who's lost their way.
Yeah, well, yeah, people that have lost their ways, or you know, kids that don't have a stable place, home, family,
they have
whatever.
An abusive, manipulative guardian.
Oh, sure, yeah, right.
Took them in a vulnerable place and abused that connection to force an ideological narrative upon them that they already had that was unhealthy, but reinforced it to the point that they could be then used to gain something from that. Oh, yeah, that never happens in real life.
Oh, definitely.
That never happens.
And the tough thing is that even without that, you can still get those kinds of results, just because the world can be a cold, uncaring place, right? But when you have directed malicious intent added into the mix, which isn't hard to come by.
No.
Oh yeah, it can get real bad.
Yep.
Real bad.
Really bad.
And that's why Korosensei existing and the E-Class existing and everything, that's why it's so important. Especially in the fact that it's coming from the E-Class. Because, you know, again, if they were class 1, you know, and everything, it was just red carpet rolled out in front of them all the time, you wouldn't necessarily, it wouldn't mean as much, you know. So, because Korosensei does this kind of stuff at a cost to himself. Like, we see it in moments like this, right? Where he will take the hits. I
feel that,
when it's something that specifically hurts him.
Yep.
Because that's what he chooses to do.
Oh my God. I am really excited every time they do these little things that end up being kind of adjacent characterization moments for Korosensei. It gets me really excited for us to learn more about his past.
Yeah.
Because I feel like them getting, I would say, to this point with regards to Itona so early in the season, I'm going to get a little bit meta here. I think it's telling us two things, primarily. Itona's character arc with regards to saving him is mostly over. The main thing that they're going to be doing now is showing him awkwardly kind of feel out the dynamics of the group.
Exactly.
But that means primarily that we need to focus on another tentacle boy.
Yeah.
Which means...
He kind of was the first or the last block before we could get to Korosensei.
Yeah, I feel like it's very important now that the show basically say, okay, in the next like remaining bits of the first half of season 2, we're going to get a good chunk of who Korosensei is, why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
Because the next conflict, primarily, I would say, needs to be a new model coming from Shiro. So someone else with tentacle powers and stuff like that. But those cells being the things that instigated that, is that a thing of where it's just strictly just Korosensei's DNA and stuff like that just shoved into this kid, basically? Or is there some kind of base model that Korosensei is from as well? He's just another model that they couldn't control.
Right. Yeah, but there's also the question of if Korosensei knows that this is happening, right? Because, of course it's happening.
Yeah.
But we saved one kid, but they're talking about how they're going to make another. Because let's go back to season 1. When Itona was introduced, and Korosensei sees the tentacles for the first time.
Yeah, he got angry.
Got pissed.
He was so pissed.
He got pissed.
Yep.
So, I would not be surprised if Korosensei then made it his objective of, hey kids, I need to do something. I need to
go
stop,
clean up some messes.
I need to go take care of something from my past. I need to make sure that this doesn't happen again, because as we saw with Itona, it causes all kinds of damage to the person.
Yeah,
he
might try to keep them out of it, and then they do the classic thing of, well, we're smart, so we figure out a way to
figure it out, help you anyway. You know, and whether they help him with it or not, or even if they end up like, you know, storming the compound or something, I don't know. But I feel like that can be the way that it gets addressed, because that is something that I feel like does need to be brought up.
Oh, the storm the compound moment is definitely going to happen, because it's got to be basically the next level up of what the season 1 finale was.
Exactly. They are full assassins now. They can go with their teacher and you know, fight the good fight and all of that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And then they can all rely on each other. It'll be awesome.
Exactly.
But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
Yep. We stream Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time every week. Mondays podcast, Tuesdays One Piece dramatic manga readings, Wednesday and Friday Caleb does gaming.
Yep, I'm playing Hades right now.
And then Thursdays I do gaming. I'm playing Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.